Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. And today's review is going to be on the classic Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Now, I've read this book so many times and I thought I might as well do a review on it since I've done quite a few reviews on the book. I think the last book I did was the third one. So I'll start with the blurb. Harry has been burdened with a dark, dangerous and seemingly impossible task, that of locating and destroying Voldemort's remaining Horcruxes. Never has Harry felt so alone, or faced a future so full of shadows, but Harry must somehow find himself within the strength to complete the task he has been given. He must leave the warmth, safety and companionship of the Burrow, and follow without fear or hesitation the path laid out for him. Sorry guys, I was just there. Anyway, so this is the last book. And the film, I think it's just come out on DVD today or a couple of days ago, I'm not sure. I'll start off with the pages. There are 607 pages. The text is quite small. Now, what should I start off with? Okay, the beginning of the book starts off with the people who work for Voldemort, and Severus Snape comes along and delivers the news. Now, Harry, Hermione and Ron have to set off and get the Horcruxes and destroy them. Now, it sounds like an easy job, but when they're actually there, it's so much harder than they think. Now, they have to leave Hogwarts. They can't go back to Hogwarts because Voldemort has took over it, as well as the Ministry of Magic. So Voldemort is really out there now. He's basically on top. He destroys anything or anyone. He is basically going back to when Harry was a baby and all the trouble that started then. So it's kind of playing off of that and building it more up. What did I like about this book? I like the adventure. It's different from any other books we've read. The other books have been more friendly and magical, not dark, and it's really been just in Hogwarts. So I was kind of bummed out when I found out that this wasn't in Hogwarts, and I was reading it and I was just thinking, wow, I'd really like to go back to Hogwarts just for a bit. And it did deliver that. They did go back to Hogwarts towards the end, and I liked that bit. I liked that that J.K. Rowling hadn't completely forgot about Hogwarts. The characters, I love the characters. I liked Hermione, Ron and Harry, Fred and all that, Fred and George, and I was really bummed out about one of their deaths. And because I really like those characters, and I was just kind of like, oh no, bring them back. And I was also like that with Dumbledore and Dobby. How could you kill Dobby? I was so upset. I was just, oh no. Severus Snape, people may disagree with me here. Okay, he seems evil towards all of the books really, until near the ending where it's his death scene. And I think that just touched my heart, that he was hiding a secret from Harry all that time about his mother, and then at the last minute gives him the force, or whatever you call it. I think it's the force. And then Harry can see what happened, because he was really in love with Harry's mother, Lily. And he took that to the grave, really. And you find out the plan of Dumbledore's death, which I was kind of shocked about, and also kind of delighted that he didn't die on purpose. Does this book lag in any places? I'd say the bit that it lags at, which I kind of found boring, was just the first bit. Basically on the first few pages, I just found it quite boring. But then it picked up and it went back to Harry and Hermione and Ron. There are so many deaths in this book. It's unbelievable. There's so many deaths. You say goodbye to the Dursleys. you say goodbye to Hogwarts, you say goodbye to Professor McGonagall and all that lot, but they all come together at the end for that big final breathtaking showdown that we've all been waiting for. We've all been clutching the books, waiting for him to come out, thinking, come on, I want to see the ending, what's going to happen, you know, who's going to live and who's going to die. And I always kind of thought, you know, Harry will win because he's, you know, the good guy. But there was a part in me that wanted to see Voldemort win. There was a part that was, I just wanted to see what would happen if he actually won, Voldemort. Yeah, if Voldemort actually won. But, you know, things that I didn't like about this book, it lagged on the first few pages for me, personally. It lagged on the first few pages. We didn't see much of Voldemort. I know it sounds really weird that I'm saying this because, you know, the book's about the final showdown. But I don't really recall hearing much of Voldemort. You know, he pops up every now and then. But there was not really a long chapter with him just in it destroying things or planning something or going after Harry. Another thing I didn't like was who Hermione got with. Okay, I always thought that Harry was going to go with Hermione. No, because I don't know. It just seemed they had a kind of chemistry. But she got with Ron instead, and I was just kind of like, alright. Didn't see that coming, but it was kind of cute as well. Harry got with Ginny, which I could kind of see. And another part that I didn't really like was the actual ending. People may really disagree with me here, but I thought the ending just didn't do it for me. It didn't go out with a big bang. It was building up. It was building up, so you were gripping the book, and then it just kind of went downhill. I didn't like the final battle. I thought there could have been more, you know, more explosions, more deaths, more magic or whatever. But it kind of just like they were in the battle zone and then it just kind of ended. One part that confused me is where the baby comes in. You know when Harry dies, but then he comes back. There's a baby, and Dumbledore's in talking to him, and I just don't think she explained the baby that well, because there was a part of me thinking, so is this Voldemort then, the part of Voldemort, or is this Harry when he was a baby, if Voldemort hadn't been, you know, without the scar and everything. But I just don't think it really did that for me, so I had to read that a couple of times. So, you know, I was just going over it thinking I missed a bit, but no. I think it could have gone out with a bigger bang. I even said that about the movie. I thought the movie could have ended with a bigger bang, you know, big showdown. Another thing I really love is how it does, let me see. How it does the, if you can read that, 19 years later parts. And it shows them where they've grown up. And, you know, when they're married and they have their own kids. And one thing that I really want to see J.K. Rowling do is bring it back for the children. The children in the book that they've had, I want to see a kind of final showdown of him going against the children. Something, you know, just something bringing it back for that one last time. Because I don't think it's over yet. I just don't see it being over. I want to see something with the children and with Harry, you know, when they're all grown up with the children, fighting Voldemort or something. I just thought it could have gone out with a bigger bang. My rate on this book, 1 being lousy, don't buy the book, and 5 being awesome, go and buy it, I would have to give it, I'd have to give it a 5. It's amazing, and just like all the other books, it's just amazing. Yes, it's a very long read, okay? Compared to the other books, you know, the first book was tiny. Look. Look at that. You know, and I love J.K. Rowling's book. I love them. I love the Harry Potter thing. Now, okay, I have read the Twilight book. Yeah. I read the first one and I watched the first movie. You probably wonder why I'm bringing this on to here. Okay. In no way, people, is the Twilight books better than the Harry Potter books. You have got the Twilight books on one side. With all the Twilight fans, yeah. Okay, you all love your different kinds of books. I get it. But I'd have to go with Harry Potter against Twilight. I'd just have to do it. For me, the books was just... I didn't even read the ending. I threw it away. So these books, go and buy the book. It costs... Does it even say? 1 minute. Where's the price on this thing? It costs £18. This is how much it costs. £18 for this book. But I guarantee if you have not read this book, you have got to go and read it. If you've not read the first book, you have got to go and read it. If you're a Twilight fan and you haven't read the Harry Potter book, go and buy the book. Or watch the film. But I prefer the book. Definitely. The scenes in here, you can picture it really well. You can picture what's going to happen. You can picture what they're going to do, and I can. Sounds really weird. I can like picture the voices in my head, and that's what I found really good. If it's a really good book, then I can picture the voices, and I can picture what's actually happening. I can picture the fighting and the magic. Then this is the kind of book that I want to see. This is the kind of book that I would want to read. If I can get a clear picture of what's going to happen, if I want to be there at that time, when all of this is happening, since the first book, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be in the films. Yeah. And it's a shame that it's ended. I'm really kind of upset that it's ended because when I was reading the last bits, I was getting all teared up because I was like, it's the ending, you know. I really want to see J.K. Rowling just bring it back one last time just for that final showdown to just complete it, because I don't feel like it's completed. I think they should just bring it back one more time just for that final take on it and see what happens. So yeah, that's my pretty long review. So yeah, go and buy this book, it's amazing. It does cost a bit of money, yeah. £18, but believe me, it may sound like a lot, but when you get the book, you will really appreciate it. So that's my review on Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I hope you enjoyed this review, and stay tuned because the next review will be on Tess Gerritsen's Under the Knife. So I'll see you guys shortly. Bye.